Hey, Star Fam! How are we
Star
doing?
Family.
Come on in the room.
Oh, come on
in the room.
Yeah,
we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on
in the room.
Everybody sing.
Wow,
come on
in the room.
Oh, come on in the room.
Yeah, we got so much to talk about.
I said
we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on
in
the room?
Come on! How are we doing, guys? So glad that you would join us again. Love like you are. I said, hey again, y'all. Hey again.
I love like you are.
Betty said, hello, auntie and cousins. What's
Hi, my love.
Love you said hello, lovely ladies. Happy Friday and happy weekend. Much love. Mwah! Hand pink waving. May May said hello. Hey May May.
Hello.
TQTV said just finished watching. Oh wow, I can't wait to hear Mama Star's hot take. she got her notes. Monique said Gary's got some explaining to do. He sure does. May May said I hate Gary even more now. I didn't know that was possible.
Okay.
Megan says, hey, this episode showed me even more that Gary's ready for marriage, companionship, and dating. Yes. Companionship and dating. Yes. Marriage. No. And that's okay. Yep. Sharon said, Gary's in these streets.
In these streets, period.
May said, he really is. I was shook with the last scene that he had with Teresa. Basically like, hey, baby, I'll see you later. Player energy. I feel so too. TQTV said, I feel bad for Teresa. I think he will pick her and she is going to be hurt watching this back. Yep. Monique said, given how nice Gary is, I'm surprised that he was willing to sleep with Teresa before telling her he's in love. He probably said, I love you to her while rolling in the hay. You sound like Mama Star. Sharon said he may really be into Leslie, but had to show Teresa some love for the show. That could be. May said, I wonder if he picks one and then changes his mind after the I made a mistake scene got me thinking.
Wow, that's interesting.
Sharon said, I think Leslie is the one he wants physically and Teresa is the one he wants emotionally. I happen to agree with you.
I like that.
I really, really do. Monique said when Teresa came outside with her poom poom shorts on to send him off.
Okay.
And he didn't say goodbye back. LOL. Maybe it was editing, but I cringed so bad. Same. Sharon said, although I think I like Teresa for him, I think he is picking Leslie. When it comes down to it, he is a man.
Right.
Sarah said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam. Hey, Adriana. Hey, Christina.
Hi, my love.
Adriana said, Mama Star in the studio.
In the studio. I almost didn't make it. But I'm in the
She was a lot the last slide. Ciao. Johnny's acting channel said, hey, Nikki and Mama Star. I love y'all. Hope you recover from the previous live. That was heavy.
You know what
it really, really was. Glad we're doing this to really lift everybody's spirit.
Yeah.
Sarah says, hi, Mama Star.
Hi, my love.
Hi, Yolanda. You think so? Twins?
Period.
Saba said, good evening, Nikki, Mama Star and Star fam.
Hey.
Tiffany said, ha, 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 ha. Now we're going lighthearted after the last live. Yeah. We really do need to be. Oh, Yolanda said, watching with my mama too. That's so sweet.
Hi,
Mama Yolanda. Saba said, loving how radiant you two beautiful women are tonight.
Oh, thank you, my love.
Thank you so much. Hey, Marlene, kiss the baby for me.
Yes.
Marlene said, hello again, Nikki. Hi, Mama Star. It's 2 a.m. over here. I pirated the show so I could be here with you.
Thank you.
Did not hear that, Marlene. SL said he's so going to break Leslie's heart. I think whoever it is, he's going to break their heart because I feel like he hasn't been clear. I feel like he has not been clear. SL said, I wonder why he didn't tell Teresa I love you on camera. Same. NTR said, yay, Mama Star and NikkiStar on the same screen. This is a palate cleanser I need from the last live's topic. Very much so. Sama said, like with Faith, I think Gary changed his mind when Leslie communicated she wanted to stay put in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Close to
I picked that up too. We'll figure it out.
The GG88 said, we're back in the building. Hey, beautiful queens. Hey. Malty said, hey, Star fam. Hey, Malty. Sama said, Gary wants someone who will fit into his life, not the other way around. I agree. Yep. It's understandable, especially given his age too. Yes. Malty said, just called y'all on my way home. It's 1 a.m. here in London and I just finished work. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Drive safe, beloved. SL said, I think she said she's open to moving, just not permanently from Minnesota. Teresa will 100% move for him.
Yes, she will.
You are right. And I think that's going to be his decision maker.
Yes.
I absolutely think that. Let's get into it. I loved in the beginning that Mr. Gary had a conversation about sex with Jesse, even making Jesse blush because he was like, Jesse was asking him what's going to happen in the fantasy suites. And Mr. Gary was just like, what would happen in the fantasy suites if it was younger people? I'm pretty sure your parents get it on, Jesse. So we may or may not get it on, but that is a possibility. Old people do, get it on. He said, but we're older, so it might be a little slower. And if that does not happen, I'm okay with that. Just I want to move at the pace that is comfortable for the women, and I think that's great.
I like that. I like him saying that.
Yeah, and I liked him overall as a bachelor. I will say this episode, I was like, some things I did not agree with, but this conversation with Jesse, I thought was, nice and very appropriate. And it did make me like him even more. What are you going to say, Mom?
Well, I want to say this. That is a conversation that needs to be had. He wanted to put it out on the table because everybody wanted to know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But because he done bumped and grind on all these daggone women. So let's talk about it for real. Real. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things, all the bad things sex can bring. Let's talk about it. And he did it. He went on and said what he had to say. But Gary got some stuff with him.
I am going to agree with my mom because I don't understand why ABC has people in their 60s and 70s doing such dangerous things, right? Things that could really be risky to them. Now, I really like the first date was with Miss Leslie, the first fantasy suite. I really did like the date overall was cute. I just felt like I would not think it would be smart to have people who are in their 60s and 70s rappelling down a waterfall.
How did you say heart attack?
I was just like, who's picking these dates and events for them to do? Because I feel like every date is like them risking their lives. Yes. And I'm like, that rappelling down a waterfall is risky for a young person, right? It's deadly for somebody in their 60s and 70s. It didn't make sense, but they were both able to do it and they did it successfully.
That's how the cameras made it
look. That's how the cameras made it look. And
I was hyperventilating.
Me too.
From my seat. It was really because risky. I'm saying, now come on. This is for younger couples. Yeah. These people, this man is 70-something with a hearing aid. He probably can't even hear when it breaks and this and that and that and this. I just really didn't like that. That was just too much for me. She was scared. She was terrified.
Wits. And just like Miss Teresa when I was in that car on the freeway.
Yes, she was trying to, save face, I guess, for him and the camera. But
it was very scary.
But she was terrified. Mm-hmm. Now, all this for some old peen. Girl.
I will say that I did like when Miss Leslie got down, Mr. Gary, he caught her and he was just like, now we have a story to tell. I thought that was a beautiful moment. Yeah. I still thought that the date was just too risky for people too deadly, in my opinion, for people their age. I was just
thank God that the people that was running it was there trying to help them in.
And but I just felt like it's just so much like if you
it's a lot we didn't see in that tape.
One slip and they could lose a hip,
and then it's waterfalls and everything. Yes. That just would have been just too much.
I wouldn't even do that.
I would have been terrified.
Yeah,
and guess what? They would have to get rid of the whole scene because I would have carried on.
You want to answer your phone because I know that's your children. Sorry, she's tending to her other kids. Who is it?
Lauren.
Of course, it's Lauren. Hello? Oh God, am I in trouble?
Hello. Call and see if you have roadside services. I mean, that can help you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh well, this was the call she needed to take. My God, today.
They can pull up and fix it while you're there.
Jesus.
Call and let me know what happened. Yeah, because we had an accident in there, but it's okay. Okay, well, we'll deal with that. Get the tire fixed, my love. And call me back.
Welcome to a NikkiStar TV Live. Oh Lord!
I keep on telling you. You're always a mother.
Yeah,
you're always a mother.
You never stop being a parent.
You never stop being a parent, even if when they're grown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm supposed to come and do? Fix the tire?
Don't tell my little sister like that. She called you for help.
Yeah, and she wants me to show up because that's the first conversation. That's the first call of many. Believe it.
Yeah, she's gonna keep on. Let me get you out of here.
But I love them.
Let's talk about when Miss Leslie and Mr. Gary had the conversation about relocation. Because, like I said before, he wants somebody who will fit into his life. He don't want to fit into nobody else's life.
That was his deciding factor.
Yes, and she let him know. Listen, I have grandkids. Like, I could travel back and forth, but I have a family here. And so she ended the conversation with Mr. Gary saying, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
I felt
not
like
marriage material.
Yeah, I felt like that was the nail in the coffin for her.
Mm-hmm.
When he said we'll figure it out, that meant he was going for somebody else. But in the beginning of this date, I felt like Miss Leslie had it in the bag just because of the way he was talking about her and how affectionate he was to her and how he treated her. But I think the location conversation probably cooled him off on her. What do you think, Mama?
I think that, he was excited about being able to have sex with her because she made it clear that she didn't mind going all the way. Mm-hmm. And, he was excited about, he wants to have sex. Mm-hmm. Now, Gary did indicate that,
it's been a long time.
It's been a long time with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But he's had sex with himself.
Oh, I was... Okay.
He made it clear that he did. He experiments.
He has made it clear.
But he was excited about this young whippersnapper that's like 10 or so years younger than him to jump up and down with him. So I think that was the driving force. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want to stop it because he had gotten all overheated and extra heated and this and that and that and this. And he didn't want to. And he said some things in the moment because men do that. They say things in the moment. Because they want to get from first base to second, third, and then hit the home run.
Hit the home run.
So when she said about her kids and her grandkids, he said he wanted a wife. He don't want a companion. He don't, he don't want a weekend fling at the end of the day. He's happy with it right now, but I think that's what really, like you said, put the nail in the coffin for her. Because she don't want to leave Minnesota, and he don't. Minneapolis.
Her grandkids are very young,
and he's not moving there. He said we'll figure it out because he wanted to get in bed.
Because he wanted to get in bed. I will say she also said something.
And
when
he took his Viagra, and it probably was kicking in.
Period.
And he said, "Come on, okay, we'll figure it out.
Let's figure it out."
Yeah.
I will say she said something on a date that just pulled at my heartstrings. She was just like, for my last few birthdays, I spent them alone. I've been alone on my birthday, and I don't want to be alone on my next birthday. I want to be with someone. She said, I always said that I would have a relationship by the time my birthday came around, and then I didn't. I want that to be different for myself this upcoming birthday. And that was just very sweet because she was very honest in saying, I'm ready for this. I don't want to be alone anymore. But the last time she had sex was a year ago.
So she said.
Let me tell you something. I know that's right, Miss
I think
Leslie.
it was a little sooner than that, but she had to give it some time.
I said that you kept on saying you was alone, but girl, were you zipping it and zooing it?
Zipping it and zooing it. But what I think with her was, because she said, I had 2 marriages, and they didn't end into death do us part. And okay, we're on a television show, but that's something to look into. What's going on with you that you done had 2 marriages and they did not work out?
Come on, that happens.
Yeah, bingo.
Okay.
So but I know the reason why.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I will say that's very important because I feel like there were conversations. I'm like, if you're about to propose to someone and marry, like there are conversations that y'all need to be having that y'all are not having.
And that's what he was talking about. He said there are some questions that we need to ask. And she went right to sex. She said, what sex? No, it's not sex.
I will say that was a little awkward because he was like, well, let's talk about something like,
let's go.
Like I was not talking about that. I wanted to go deeper.
He want to find out what's going on with you.
Yeah.
That you've been married twice, and you know what I mean? So when he talked to Teresa, he also said, we have a lot in common. You know what I mean? Our husband, our spouse have passed on. So we can talk about that. And we know when we feel different ways or whatever, we can talk about that. He's looking for someone that can fit into him, his life. You said. Yeah. And she can. She can. She may not be everything that he wants. You know what I mean? But she can. She could go slow with him if he needs to go slow with sex. She could go slow with him because she don't mind. She is whatever he likes. She will fit into it. She says she's ready now. She's ready to, be with someone else. You know what I mean? So he don't want no round the way girl for real to be his. You know what I mean? They get a freak outside, but then they want you to be a young lady at home. So
are you sure? No, I think it's the other way.
No.
A lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed, Mom.
Okay, whatever the case may be, but he don't want no freak every day. Okay. Out in the street.
In the streets, yeah.
He want to have someone that he can go to church with.
Like a Miss Teresa.
Yeah. He want to go to church with her. He want to show her off and this and that. And she wasn't, she's been a lady through the whole process. She's totally been a lady. You know what I mean? I think she's a little too
compliant. Who, Miss Teresa?
Yeah, I think she's a little too submissive for me. But she is really his speed.
She is. Mr. Gary to me is a sweetie, but I don't like the games that he's playing.
Oh, he's playing a lot of games.
Because why would you call Miss Leslie the one, right? And you still have a fantasy suite with Miss Teresa, like calling her and telling her that she's the one. And then he said that to Miss Leslie, he wouldn't want to figure out life with nobody else but her. It's like you're making these women believe that they're it. So rejection is going to hurt more, than it would had you not been leading them down that road. Now, I know this is a television show and it's a platform for The Bachelor, but I've watched a few Bachelor seasons, and I feel like Mr. Gary is doing too much. He's like making these ladies think that they're it. Now he's going to pick one or the other, but it's just like normally The Bachelor is very evasive. He's like, you're it for me. You're the one. I love you. And it's like, but you're going to meet with somebody else. And then he goes to meet with Miss Teresa, and he's just like, oh, all I can think about is Leslie. I'm cooling off on Teresa. I'm not sure if I want to be here with Teresa. I think I just want to spend more time with Miss Leslie. But then the next morning, I see her and her panties hugged up with you hugging up on her, telling her that you loved her in private, but not on camera. And I'm confused. So if I'm watching this and I'm confused, I can only imagine how they feel experiencing this and being hella confused, because he just seems sure about the both of them. And he's telling them that.
Not really. Because if you remember, Teresa was like, she said, well, he's very quiet after his date with Leslie. And she was feeling weird out because she was like, well, maybe he's picking her because he didn't have a lot to say. But
why would lay up with her and her panties?
But that's what my problem is with him. Like, she could feel his energy.
Yes.
She can feel that he still feels from this date he's already been on. She felt it. I felt it. So she felt it, and she is better than me. Because I would have said, now you will not do this to me on live TV. If you want her, go to her.
Yeah.
Because you're not just going to jump up and down on me. I don't care how long it's been.
But I just feel like he's talking to the both of them.
Yes.
Like they got it in the bag.
Yes.
And making them, giving them a surety. This is the thing that tripped me out when he said to Jesse, he was like, oh, I know the decision that I'm going to make. If you know the decision that you're going to make before you go into fantasy suites, why are you going into fantasy suites?
Well, he went into fantasy suites because that's a part of the game.
No.
That's the show.
No. If you don't know who it is, then you don't. Then you go to fantasy suites, and that's what you use that time away from the cameras to see if you are actually compatible. If this is the one, right?
Okay.
But he goes into fantasy suites knowing the decision that he's going to make. So it's like you are willfully leading someone
he's new
on
to the show. Like he probably don't know that he could have.
No, we're not gonna play that. Like you told Jesse, I know what I'm going to do. I know the decision that I'm going to make. So why don't you just go to proposing to somebody? Why are we going into fantasy suites, sleeping with both of these women, messing up their minds?
Did he really sleep with both of them?
He had to sleep with Miss Teresa. I'm like, she is in her panties. And I love the fact that it was like an older woman showing off her body and letting you know that she got legs and hips and cheeks. Body and cheeks. Right. I loved it, but I'm like, now if it's not her, why are you hugged up with her? I don't like that, Mr. Gary.
Well, he is that's something that they have to work out when whoever he gets, because he's
hold on. And how I know that he had sex with Miss Teresa? Miss Teresa kept on saying, I haven't had sex since my husband passed. And I'm ready. She kept on saying that. She was like, my husband was the last person that I was with, but I'm ready for Gary.
Yeah,
so they had sex, and he better pick her. Why would you play with this? I don't like that. He's not
going to pick Teresa.
Like
he's
that.
Going to pick Teresa.
I do not like
He's going to pick Teresa, but I'm going to tell you one thing. The show would have went different had I been on there, because I would have let him know, listen, first of all, you came back and you're quiet. So let's talk. We ain't got to get on this goddamn horse. We can talk right now. If you want to, go to her. Don't play no games with me. Because you don't want to get the backlash.
What's the backlash?
From whatever you're trying to play, because I don't play no games.
You don't play no games.
I don't play no games. Games are for kids. So if you want her, because you quiet, you on this horse and you quiet because you think about, well, it's not
paying her. This is the thing. You're not paying her any attention. Being very cold to her. But then you're sleeping with her. It's mixed signals, and I don't like that. I don't care if Miss Teresa is super submissive or whatever. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Man, I don't care. That's not fair.
When
he is leading these women
gets up out of bed, he watches the experience off, but the woman is left with him after he has inserted himself in her. So she's leaving with the feelings and the emotions. He watches the experience off, and he could go to another woman, but she can't. As a woman, unless you're superhead. You know what I mean? Mom, I can't just go from man to man. I just can't, even though, I talk a good game, but I just can't. You just can't. Today, then tomorrow.
Different audience.
Oh. Well, I say what I said, but women are, we're emotional. So, we
just like men, but we deal with our emotions differently. Men get emotional and they kill the whole family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Women get emotional, we go buy ice cream and shut ourselves in our room.
And eat the whole goddamn gallon.
Eat the whole gallon. Sick the next day, but we're no longer depressed. I don't like the games that he was playing. I don't think that was. I feel like he's the best bachelor overall. I just think he made a lot of rookie mistakes, and I feel like his biggest rookie mistake was telling all three women that he loved them, and then going into the fantasy suites knowing that he's not going to pick one of them. I don't care if that's the formula of the show. Don't be intimate with them if you already know that you're not going to pick one of them. Because now their heads is messed up. And can you imagine that? No. Can you imagine watching this back, watching him say he know who he's going to pick, and then he goes into a fantasy suite with you and he does not pick you? I'm jumping him.
Well, Gary also did another thing, because when Teresa told him about how much money she make and this and that and that and this and her career, honey, he changed. He said, "Oh wow." Oh,
poor Miss Teresa.
Nice little career.
Poor Miss Teresa.
And she day trades. She got stocks and bonds and
now
all.
I feel like he will move to be with her. Oh, thank you so much, Double T, for the Venmo. Double T just left a bunch of laughing emojis. Thank you so much for the super chat. Is that one? Thank you, Double T. Love you.
That's what Gary did when he was talking to Miss Teresa.
He switched
and I
up
did not
real
like that. All of a
quick.
sudden, he likes her and loves her, and he can't get enough of her because she told him about. He said, "Oh,
is he trying to be a sugar baby?" This is
he
a
was
mess.
like, "Oh, because he only get a Social Security check and whatever, and that's that."
Miss Teresa got banked.
Yeah, and he was like, "Wow."
He laid up with his sugar mama.
How much she, she's.
But this is another thing. You're about to sleep with this woman.
No, you ain't 70 years old and trying to pimp me out.
And putting her and probably going to propose to this woman and say that you want to marry her, and you're asking her what she does for work. What are the conversations that y'all having? How are we at
They can't have no conversations because all they do is hug and kiss and grind. Okay. I don't see nothing wrong.
No. And I see what I mean. I'm about to go with it. No, we don't support him.
We don't, but Gary do.
Nope. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Kel. Mm-hmm. Mr. Gary supports him?
Yeah, he's been bumping and grinding.
Okay, Mom. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this show. What do you have to say?
What I have to say is this. I said talk about the money.
Talk about the money as a note.
But he told both of them women that he loved them, and that is not right because that's misleading. Mm-hmm. That is misleading. I don't believe that's
rookie mistake.
Show. Rookie mistake. Because now you got, both of these women on your hand. Now what you going to do?
He's misleading. And then, like in the trailer, he's like, I think I made the wrong decision. No, sir. No, sir. He's playing these games, and I don't, Mr. Gary.
Made the wrong decision. Yeah. And if you picked Teresa and said that, I am pissed. Because you ain't going to be using her.
Girl, we will see. We will see. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is, Teresa, secure your bag and don't give him nothing.
Yeah, you got to protect your assets. I think your kids are watching. Mm-hmm. So, they'll do what they need to do because he secure did. I will say he did perk up a little.
Very interested.
But you know what? But this is the thing.
I didn't know anything about
her. But just because he's excited about her having money doesn't mean that he doesn't have any. He's probably excited about the fact that he will probably the financial splurging that he does on a woman will be reciprocated, that he'll get that back as well. A lot of men, like to be tricked on by their woman as well. So that might be something for him where he's just like, oh my goodness, she can trick on me and I can trick on her. Happiness. He likes to find the things.
Gary said, what?
Oh, you know what, Momma Star? Let's go to the comments.
Teresa got money. She's very smart.
He did not say it like this.
Wow.
OMG.
Okay. That's how these women get these men that take all their money and stuff because they miss the daggone flag.
Now you are not gonna make Mr. Gary out to be Strawberry's husband. That's what you're trying to make him out to be.
Star,
yes, what you're trying to make him out to be.
No, I am not. But Gary did say that. Now you're not going to beat me up for that. Gary said that. Gary, I was like, wow, I didn't know that about. Yeah. Now you couldn't get your mind off of Leslie. Why do you
impersonate him like that?
You couldn't get your mind off of Leslie until she told you she do stocks and bonds, and she got 29 certificates and 29 raises, and they hired her over the young people and this and that and that and this. And she had said, I went on dates, but I didn't want them until I came here and I met you.
She said she wants to be. They both said they want to be with him and they love him, and I'm like, and he's saying it back. So I'm like, I'm confused, Mr.
With
Gary.
Teresa with that money, with them stocks. Listen, she could day trade for me.
She's submissive and she got money.
Yep, and she will move with him and come see them grandkids.
But he's not going to want her to move. He don't want her to leave that job. Mr. Gary gonna move. His grandkids are older.
No.
Sharon said, I think Leslie's the one he wants physically, and Teresa's the one he wants. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Spitzy said, hey, Nikki and Momma Star. Gary, Mr. Gary is an F-boy and is leading Teresa on.
Yeah.
I think he's leading the both of them on. I really, really do. Sama said, like with Faith, I think. Oh yeah, I got that one. Love Like You Are said, Gary hunched on both of them.
Okay.
Monique says, as for the date, Leslie is a fitness instructor and Gary is in shape. Maybe the show wants to display that older people still do exciting things. I think that's great, but I also think that they need to maybe run by them, or at least Mr. Gary, what they're going to do, so that they cannot look scared while doing it.
Well, Gary is giving me Fat Boy that lost a little bit of weight.
Just because he had got a little bit of breast, Mom.
Okay.
That's the only thing that you saw that.
Well, do you think that that's
that could just
weightlifting?
No, it could be old skin.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I'm not fat shaming nobody, so do not come after me, because honey, somebody came and had the toe bomb and start off before,
and you apologize because you apologized. Wrong.
And
that was the first time you got banned.
And I got put off the show and everything. So I'm not talking about nobody. I'm not fat shaming nobody. I'm trying to lose some weight. My dad going so. So please don't come for me, Beehive.
SO said, at least Star Hive, thank you. SO said, at least they didn't skydive during this season. LOL, I was worried they might do something like that. Not after what happened to Matt's girlfriend. Oh, she got beat up when she skydived. It was so scary.
Skydiving. You don't think that going down that waterfall was equivalent to skydiving?
Miss Leslie was scared. Miss Leslie was very scared. And they said I call my mom for every inconvenience. Apparently, we do too.
We'll have old people signing up for that.
So Seth said, Mama Star, I love you. You can call me So Deaf anytime you want.
I love you, So Deaf.
Monique said, also notice how Leslie didn't have any important questions for him outside of sex. It's like when you go to an interview and don't want to know anything about your employer. Yep.
And they ask you, do you have any questions for me? And you say no. You better have 5 in your right hand pocket and ask them all.
Smithy said, what if he chose Leslie to go first so he doesn't have any oopsies with Teresa? LOL, if you catch my drift. What do you think?
Having
oopsie with Teresa.
No. No opinion.
SL said he told Leslie that he thinks she's the one and they'll do till death do us part. Exactly. So if he picks Miss Teresa, I can understand why she will be devastated. The same thing for Miss Teresa. Stop picking at your nails.
No, I kind of you ain't got to out me.
Well, it's very obvious. Toya Star is here.
Hi, Toya Star.
Toya Star had said, "Hey, Star family, Mama Star got on her great. Yeah." You look cute. Monique said the red flag for me was with Leslie when she said that she keeps sabotaging relationships for fear they won't work out. Yeah. I hope it works. I hope she has a man on her birthday. Lovey said, I think Teresa looks better with him, like they just gel. I agree.
Me too.
Miss Brown Sugar said, it blows my mind that Mr. Gary never contemplated that the women he's dating would also have family responsibilities. His granddaughters are young adults. Plus, as a granddad, he probably never had the burden. True. But the thing about it is, I think what I do like is that the women are not forgetting their grandbabies. That just blesses my heart. They keep on talking about their grandkids and the importance of being there for them. I think it would suck for Mr. Gary not to choose a woman because of that, especially with what Leslie, especially with what Miss Brown Sugar mentioned, because again, as a granddad, he probably does not, he's probably not as present as a grandmother would be, unfortunately. So I would hate that he would, rate somebody on that or make that decision based on that, because if he, understood the role of a grandmother, he would get that it's very important for them to be in their lives.
And I didn't like one thing that he did. He bumped and grind and all this and that and jumped up and down on Leslie. But when it came to Teresa, he was like, well, let's stop. And, our grandkids are watching.
Well, it's also on how they both presented themselves. Miss Leslie presented herself as the young, hip, and sexy,
around the
and Miss Teresa presented herself as, well, she did, but she was in them panties. I'm confused. I am very confused. Love like you are saying, telling Leslie that he loves her and then doing this back and forth game with Teresa. messing them up like he did Faith. Yep. Because he looked so regretful with Miss Faith. And I'm like, are you changing your mind? What is going on? SL said, someone on Twitter said that in an earlier trailer, they heard a woman crying saying, you made me think I was the one or something. We did not see that yet. People said it sounds like Leslie. If she's upset, she has every right to be.
And another thing I want to say about Miss Teresa, she letting them know. She said, I have not had sex since my husband. And she letting them know, if you don't work, hey guys. Okay. She letting them know I'm available and I got on my little thing. That's right. Oh, the camera.
She was giving body.
Oh, yes.
Give her that.
The camera got her for a long time and got her cheeks out. Go ahead, Mama.
I was just like, come on, confidence. SL says he loves everyone, LOL. He needs to date and not be in a committed relationship. You know I agree with that. Smitty said Gary is playing in both of their faces. He's just wanted to. Okay, you sound like my mom.
You know it, Smitty.
Monique said Miss Teresa was laying up with Gary, cheeks out and all.
Period.
So stop. Oh my God. But she was though. Goofy Gangster said, hey, Nikki and Mama Star and fam, I needed y'all's thoughts on this. Oh, thank you for being here. Jazzanova 25 said he might be new to the show, but he's not new to being a man. He knew what he was doing.
Bingo! Say it again for the people in the back.
Goofy Gangster said, I know that's right, Mama Star. Games are for kids.
For kids.
Love Like You Are said, Teresa also probably let him do all kinds of Oh my God, not Miss Teresa. Yolanda said, like Nikki says, you want to play games? Play checkers, not me. I know that's right. I know that's right. So Steph said he wanted to sample all them women because he ain't ready. He ain't really had nobody else allegedly.
But he did say that he was playing, he was doing himself.
Okay. Irene said, hey, Mama Star and Nikki, you guys look beautiful. Thank you,
Irene.
My love. Thank you so much. Santino said Teresa threw it down. Come on, Miss Goodfoot.
Period. Let him see.
Oh my God, y'all are a
mess. Miss Goodfoot.
Yolanda said, plus he said to Faith that he loves her. Whoever he picks will feel bad watching this back. Yeah. I mean, there's an after the final rose. I can't wait for that because he got a lot of explaining to do. SL said, who do you think Gary's kids will like more when they meet? Miss Teresa.
Yeah, me too.
I think they will like Miss Teresa more.
Leslie gives, I'll cheat on you.
Really?
Yeah, because she's not coming to wherever he lives. Mm-hmm. She has a life in Minnesota. Yeah. And she said that she initially said maybe they could figure it out community. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said that. So
she got her grandbabies.
She got her grandbabies. And if she goes out on a date or goes out, with friends and have a couple of drinks and, he just took me home. And I just got home.
Oh, I don't get that from her. I get that she's independent and she's not a walkover. Not saying that Miss Teresa is, right? But I get that he can't tell her what they're going to do. He has to discuss with her so that they can make a decision together because she has her own life as well. Mom, Love Like You Are said Teresa's sister is going to perk up and make sure that he won't get a penny. I know that's right. Adriana said Gary retired at 55 and built his wife's dream house. I think he was happy to know that she got money too. True. Monique said Gary was like Ice Spice. You thought I was feeling you? Leslie and Teresa are Gary's munches. Probably. Double T said, did you see the previews for next week? What adjectives do you think Mr. Gerrymandering and his wife used to describe the curly-haired daughter? My God, the African ancestry jumped out.
Period. When I saw her, I said, y'all gotta tell
they gotta explain something. Somebody gotta say something. Love Like You Are said, can't wait till they go to Gary's house and meet his kids in 2 weeks and we see them pics of his wife on the wall. Need to see the reaction from Leslie and Teresa. Yes.
The pictures are still on the wall.
I told you that. It's like a shrine to that woman. That's the dream house he built for her.
I know, but I seen one on the mantelpiece.
She's all over that place.
Oh, no.
Miss Brown Sugar said the producers must be so good because they get these leads ego tripping every time. Yep. Yeah. You think, Monique, that Miss Leslie reminds him of Faith?
Yes.
I think all the women are very different. I would never compare them.
But Leslie is willing to do. Remember, we was talking about Faith wanting to jump up and down and have sex and have fun. That's what he wants to do right now, have fun. You know what I mean? He don't mind taking them, but he better be careful taking the Viagra because of his heart.
Okay.
He's 70.
Hey, Marvina, how are you? Miss you too. Thank you for being here. May said, do y'all think he liked Faith more than Leslie? I think I think from what I saw when he met Miss Faith, I think they're still in love.
I think he likes Faith more than Leslie, but Faith.
I think he likes Faith more than all of them.
Yeah, but Faith could not. He wasn't doing the horse stuff. He wasn't. He wasn't doing that, feeding those chickens in the morning and getting the eggs out the coop and this and that and that and this.
Miss Project said it might be reassuring that Teresa won't be a financial burden in the future. Absolutely, especially with the fact that he has daughters and granddaughters. Women are expensive. He probably got his hand full financially. So maybe Miss Teresa having her own coin makes him feel,
No, I don't think that. I think he was surprised to find out her financial backing because she looks so submissive. She don't, you can't just look at her and tell that.
But see, that's the thing. This is the thing. I think everybody is reading Miss Teresa wrong, myself included, because I'm like, how are you a day trader, the top day trader, and you are giving off this sweet apple pie, homemaker? I think he needs to see her at work and then make a decision, because she might be running that place. She might be running that job. They probably see her coming at the job and be like, girl, Teresa is in the parking lot. Clear it out. That might be it. You got to see all sides of her before you make a decision. Because I feel like this might be a front for who she really, this is still the representative. Monique said, I know Miss Teresa put it down, but he had the nerve to say, you know how I feel about you and not I love you on the morning after. He plays on her face often. But child, if she don't get picked, I think we might see day trader Teresa. Hey, Toya Star said, stop messing with Miss Teresa. That's the one he's going to pick. Hopefully, for Gary's sake, hopefully.
She need to pull out a pistol.
Oh, no. All the daughters got his face. Like, all the daughters look just like him. May said it was interesting how Teresa thought he didn't want her to work and said she'd leave for the right guy. Meanwhile, he admired her for that. Shows how career does matter to men and gains their respect. I agree. I agree. Love Like You Are said, standing in my delusion that Joan somehow shows up in the season finale. She might be on the next Golden Bachelor, but I think Faith is the Golden Bachelorette. Spitzy said, I wonder if riding a horse was planned for Faith. Oh, and that made him extra quiet on the horses. That would have been a great date for her. Great date. Me either. I think it was a day trader thing. I'm like, you're a day trader? That's a very aggressive job. And especially, not only is it a very aggressive job, it is a man-centered job. And you're a top day trader, so you're getting everybody together.
And you got that over the young people.
So she's a beast. Monique said, I think Gary asked that question because he may be surprised that she will still work, given her age, because he's retired and she's not. See, that's the thing. He might be thinking that she'll be home making him apple pie. She's like, I gotta go to work. I feel like we haven't really met her. I feel like that lady that told her to zip it, I think she met her. I do.
Kathy.
I think she met her and she's like, I'm not buying this. So Steph said, I never saw her as super submissive because she came on there with that faux birth. Yes!
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. We don't know Miss Teresa.
And then she had on her little panties, her pum pum panties.
I don't think we really met her. Okay. I think we see sparks of her, but I don't think we really met her. Yolande said, Teresa reminds me of a pick-me girl that will switch from a submissive to a dom in seconds. I think she is a dom. I think she's a dominant person and is playing this up. Love Like You Are said, still no Facebook posts coming out about any of these ladies. I'm so surprised. Me too.
Well, they're old women.
Listen, and old people are messy. Marvina said, my sweet, quiet sister-in-law was hell on wheels as a supervisor. See? You never know. I want to know what them day traders think. Adriana said, I've been scared to see what happens if he doesn't pick Teresa. She seems like she would have a very extreme reaction. I think they both would. Like, how could you not? The way he's acting with them. May said, maybe Miss Kathy was right and Teresa. I'm starting to, I'm like, because how are you a day trader? No way.
A Martha Stewart.
No way. But yeah, I want to talk to Miss Kathy. She saw something. SO said, yep, no spoilers on who he picked. I'm shocked. Love Like You Are said, we're going to see the real Teresa when we get a hot mic if Jerry doesn't pick her. Ciao. May said, I'm sweet to my friends, but very aggressive at work. So very possible for Teresa. LOL. Yeah, she did. And because Miss Kathy has like a strong, nasty demeanor, we're keeping it buck, nobody really listened to her. But I feel like she clocked Miss Teresa.
She said Kathy saw right through her?
Yeah, I feel like she clocked her. Well, we will see. We got 2 weeks. Before we get to the finale. So
can't wait.
Who do you think he's picking?
Teresa.
I think it might be Miss Leslie. We will see.
I think it's Teresa. And his reaction was because of her reaction when he didn't pick her.
Maybe. Monique said Teresa kept up the mess and played up the tears when Gary came to. You know what? I need to talk to Miss Kathy. May said, Mama Star, I love your hair headband. Why you so cute?
Oh, thank you, my love. Got my jewel.
I think so too, Monique. I think so too. We're going to end here with Miss Brown Sugar. Miss Brown Sugar said, I don't feel like she gives I'll cheat on you, but I wondered if she might get bored with him or if he'll get tired of adventures. I think that may be it. I think she can't be tamed. And I think he's looking for somebody that he can, but I think he may pick somebody that he thinks that he can tame and find out that he can't.
Well, this is what I want to say about that statement about Leslie. Mm-hmm. I do, Ms. Brown Sugar, I do agree with you. Mm-hmm. That she would get tired of him. Yeah. With the because she likes to move and shake. She's 60 mm-hmm. and she still have a little adventure in her. Yeah. And he may be okay once in a while, once in a month or whatever, because he was really talking about how this show has just
opened up a new world,
and it's just so much, and mm-hmm. he's exhausted too. Yeah, because he hasn't done all of this like this in years. Mm-hmm. So after a while, he would want to slow it down. Yeah. So I can see him and Miss Teresa going out, mm-hmm. and just having fun, going out with his friends.
See, I'm starting to think that she is not the slow partner.
Was she playing it right?
He needs to see her at work.
He probably saw her in bed. He probably saw Miss Aggressive in the bed.
Miss Poom Poom Shorts. I was like, Miss Teresa, we don't know you. We don't know you. I need to hear from her co-workers, especially the people she supervised. We haven't seen all of Miss Teresa. Anyway, that's it for us. Thank you all so much for joining me.
I can't wait for 2 weeks.
Me either. Replay game. Give me about 15 minutes. I'm going to put the timestamps in this video, and I will see you all soon for something else. Love you, Star family. Bye.
Love you guys.
Shall we?
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy Thanksgiving. Your family. Well, I'll be here before then. I'll be here again.
Well, I won't.
Oh, you'll be in the background screaming. Okay.